If you're using Vue or React in your Laravel app, you likely enjoy the concept of hot module reloading, which is something we get through Vite. It's nice because when you're working on developing a component, you just save your changes, you go back, and just the targeted area is updated, and the rest of the state on the page is preserved for the most part. However, there are some situations where this doesn't quite work as expected, and it has to do with side effects that are managed outside of Vue or React's ecosystem. So let's take a look at an example here. So here I have a very simple Vue component, and it's just got a title up here, and then I'm just going to be spitting out a log. And what I'm doing up here is I'm using setInterval, right? So this is one of those side effects that's managed by the browser outside of Vue, and all it's going to do is going to be spitting out this message with a timestamp. So just to show you what this looks like, if I come over here and I run this demo, so here we go. It's showing that message tick v1, and then every second it's incrementing there. But watch, if I change this to v2 and I hit save, we can see the hot module reloading kicked in. But notice what's happening now. That original set interval that contained the message v1 is still firing, but now I'm also getting a v2. And if I come back here and I do 3 and I save it again, we see this happening, right? So the browser is holding on to that set interval mechanism, and Vue is starting a new one each time. So this is something to be aware of. This could also happen with event listeners or other things that the browser manages directly. So the solution to be aware of is, first of all, I could just come in here, I could just hit refresh the page, and now it's showing me the correct one. But that's fine. If this is purely a development side effect that you're trying to manage, maybe that's fine. But actually, there's a better way. I'm not going to go through the code example because it is going to be specific to whether you're using Vue or React or some other JavaScript framework. But they all have a mechanism for handling when, like in Vue, there's mounted and unmounted. And in unmounted, you can clean up those little side effects. So if I switch over and I just look at the Vue docs, it shows this exact thing, and it mentions that it's useful for manually created side effects, such as timers, DOM event listeners, server connections, it could be WebSockets, things like that. So I just want to make you aware of this because maybe the first time you bump into it, you're not quite sure what's happening. We're so used to this nice development flow, things being managed for us, swapped in as we change the code. But in this one case, Vue or React isn't fully managing it, so we have to do a little extra housekeeping to make sure it cleans things up for us as we change that code. Hope you find that useful, and if you like tips like this, I only publish one a week here on YouTube, but every day, Monday through Friday, I publish a written tip on the newsletter. Just head over to masteringLaravel.io if you'd like to sign up for that.